Okay, so pretty much for this update that I'm gonna give for the Anime Adventure situation, there's not too much more that has gone on in these past couple days. And some of the main things that have gone on these past couple days that a lot of people have been talking about is like the owners or the main developers changing their names and like leaving the group and essentially just abandoning the project. And a lot of people are saying like, oh, they're just, running away with all the, money that they've made from people playing anime adventures and people actually trying to, you know, play the gotcha game. And a lot of people are saying that they're just kind of running away with the money and that they don't really care about bringing the game back up. So that's one of the things that we know is that they just changed the names. I mean, honestly, I think they could have changed their names because it could have been that they were getting just constantly bombarded with like questions and a bunch of stuff over probably Discord and a bunch of other things, just messaging them consistently and spamming them. And so they probably thought a way for them to actually get away from them being spammed so much was to take away their role and like kind of get out of there, but maybe still work on it. So there's potential that it still comes back. But also, some of the other stuff that I've been seeing is a lot of the like higher up devs for, or maybe not higher up devs, but some of the devs for Anime Adventures seem to be moving on and supporting other games, which does not look good because I've seen a developer and they are seemingly kind of standing out for the new game Pocket Anime. I mean, that could be because they want to see it, or that could be because they've kind of moved on from Anime Adventures. Because it might have been like a thing where they're like, okay, since I can't do any more Anime Adventure stuff, I'm gonna move on to Pocket Anime and just support them. So that's not really a good sign either. And another thing that might not be too big of a deal is the owners for Anime Adventures seem to have completely like not completely taken away their rank, but in the Discord, the owner rank is now just a black title. It's not like owner or anything like that. It's just a black title. That's all it is. So they might be trying to just dodge the DMs, like all the spam and all of the questions and stuff, because they might be under an NDA where they can't talk about what's happening in the game, which is kind of what I think is happening. Is I think they are under an NDA that they cannot like talk about what is happening with the game. But I still think they are most likely working on the game. That it might just be like them avoiding the spam. I think that's most likely the reason, but I mean there could be another reason. It could be a reason that they're just kind of, I guess, pushing the game away or leaving the game. But from what I know, they have left the group, changed their names. They have taken away the, I guess, owner title in Discord, but they still have it. It's just not called owner. I'm guessing to kind of get away from more of the DMs. Some of the devs seem to be, I guess, not standing in for, but standing up for like other games instead of Anime Adventures. So it's seeming that the mods and devs are kind of supporting other games, either because Anime Adventures is not coming back, or they might just be, you know, liking these other games and want these other games to come out. But the biggest thing that a lot of people are talking about is the mods and devs, like just leaving the group, like the two main developers. And I've also heard around that the two main developers share the Gumu account and that the Gumu account was like online. But I mean, I don't really see too much of a reason on why that would be like standing out, like why that would stand out too much. Because if that account got online like one time, it's not too big of a deal. It'd be a big deal if that account got online like consistently, but I've heard that it's just an alt account shared between those two. I'm not completely sure though, that's not confirmed at all. But I do have information on there is a dev game for Anime Adventures. You can't, I didn't find it when searching it, but it's called like Anime Adventures Dev. That's not exactly what it's called, but it is a developer, I guess, game, I guess you could say, for Anime Adventures so they can like make changes and updates and stuff and still test it out without messing up the actual game. So, with that, I was like, okay, let me check this out and look at this and see if there's anything about this that we can look at and actually figure out. But it turns out that over the course of me looking at this, like, dev game to see, like, if anyone's getting on or if anyone's changing anything or any of that, from what I've seen, it hasn't been updated since the last My Hero units have been changed. The last time it was updated, if it hasn't changed since the last time I looked, the last time it updated was December 20th. So, and that was around when the My Hero units got changed. So, I mean, not gonna lie, it doesn't really look good for the game. It looks pretty pretty dim for the game coming back out, I'm not gonna lie. Because if the game is, you know, I guess being held back and they're just not producing anything, we don't know why, but us as a community, we would think that they'd be working on it as fast as possible if they want the game to come back out. And with the game not being released or re-released and us not getting any updates on Discord except for that one singular update and the dev game, that's one thing that I have not seen people talk about is the dev game. Is since people haven't talked about that, I was like, okay, I can actually look at this. And when I'm looking at this dev game, I've gone on, a couple days checking, seeing if anyone's on, seeing if there's any players active or if it's being updated to see if they're changing any models or anything. And I haven't seen anyone active. I haven't seen anybody on. I haven't seen any updates on it. I mean, it's not really looking too good for Anime Adventures, I'm not gonna lie. Because I feel like on the dev game, if they're changing, units, models, their names, animations, all that stuff, if they're changing all of that, I would assume, like, oh, they're gonna update it on the actual dev game to make sure it works and all that. But checking that out, it seems to not be what we, thought. I thought the game had like a really, really good chance of coming back, but it seems more on the side of the game has a very, very good chance of not coming back. And that really sucks, I'm not gonna lie, if the game doesn't come back, because that game is, you know, probably one of the best or the best game for, a tower defense anime game. But we don't really have too much more than what I've given out. I've given out like the most recent updates we have, and it pretty much just leaves it at that. That there have been no updates on the dev game, no one active that I've seen on the dev game. There have been mods for Anime Adventures. Seemingly, I guess, this isn't like guaranteed. They could just be doing this because they like the game, but supporting other games over like getting Anime Adventures back up. And then the two main, like, I guess, admins or developers for the game changing their names and leaving the group. And if they share that Gomu alt account, if that's true, then apparently somebody saw that online one time, which I don't know really how much of a deal that would make. But pretty much they have done that. There's not much that's been done that I can see. I don't really know how much more I could go into and see. And I'm mainly thinking that they're either under an NDA where they can't even give us anything, even about how far the game is along. But I'm thinking that if the developers have left and the dev game is not being active, no updates to the dev game, I don't think this is going to be good for Anime Adventures. That's the latest update we have. If I get any more updates, then I will tell you guys and I'll put that out there. But that's it for now.